Hello, hello, hello. JLR investigates justice for Micah Miller. Come on in, everyone. Come on in, everyone. Wow, what a morning outside Solid Rock Church. Dozens and dozens of protesters were outside the church today screaming justice for Micah. What a scene. And it's interesting that we are over a month now since this terrible tragedy happened, April 27th, 2024, and people are still out there protesting. And it was just as big as today as it was 1 week after the tragedy happened. I know someone personally that has been standing out in front of the Solid Rock Church at Market Commons regularly every Sunday, because they have church service every Sunday morning, and standing out there in a silent protest every Sunday. But today, more and more people showed, and they let their voices be heard. They were protesting this guy and the Solid Rock Church. And I want to show you some clips. There was a couple content creators, I believe, that were out there. One, somebody on YouTube goes by CJ's Crime Concepts. I believe he was there live streaming earlier. I do not believe that there was protests going on right now because church service is over. They used to have two church services there. Now they only have one. So CJ's Crime Concepts and iPhone Guru Guy. iPhone Guru Guy, he is on TikTok, and he's the one that actually walked up on this guy the other night when on Justin from TikTok's live, and they got him to speak. But there's a lot of people that are outraged, and I was managed to be able to get some clips of this protest today. And Trisha Ross came out, folks. Trisha Ross came out. She came out to kind of like confront the protesters, but she came out. Remember her? This is an individual that we spoke about extensively on JLR Investigate. She's possibly under FBI investigation, the administrator of the Solid Rock Church. Her and some bodyguards came out to confront or stand across the street from the protesters. But I'm going to show you this clip. Also, folks, they were amplifying Micah's voice at the church. They were playing Micah's voice at the church. Very powerful stuff. So I'm going to give you a glimpse on what happened today. And then we're going to talk about lithium. Because Magnolia was, somebody reached out to Magnolia, a nurse, and talked about how easy it is for someone to get lithium without a prescription. We're going to talk about lithium because that's what JP Miller was saying that Micah was on. But let's play this clip. It's very interesting stuff, and it's a wild scene. Solid Rock Church. And my sources, before I start, my sources have told me that protesters will be out there again on Sunday. There was a few dozen out there today. That first week after the death of Micah Miller, there were hundreds out there. And I expect there's going to be more because people are outraged. They haven't seen any accountability. They haven't seen any acceptance of responsibility. And they're outraged based off everything that has been out there on John Paul Miller, the inner church workings, the people, former members of the church speaking out. And they've had enough. And they want justice for Micah. Let's share what happened today.
Sidewalk. I can't get on your grass. I was here the last protest. The police talked to me. I'm media. I'm allowed on the sidewalk. I just can't get onto your property.
Yes, that is correct. And we don't mind media.
Telling me I can't be on this side of the road. It's public sidewalk. He's not here. See, the police just keep going. the sidewalk. I just can't be on their property. JP's not here yet. If he even comes. His car was still at the house this morning.
What are you scared of?
They put up barriers. JP's not God. No, he's not here yet. He pulls in. It's going to be on the back side of the church. I mean, on the right-hand side of the church. They definitely need more people. Come on out.
So, Solid Rock is on sinking sand. That's what they said. You can't hide from the FBI.
Sign says church services start until 10.
Are you supposed to be secure? Supposed to be secure?
Kim Ortiz, justice for Micah. Thank you, JLo. Thank you, Kim. So that's the scene. That's the scene out there today. I mean, those people went hard on that church. You can't hide from the FBI. That kind of rhymes, right? You can't. It does rhyme. You can't hide from the FBI. JP is not God. JP is not God. JP is not God. Solid Rock is on sinking grounds. I don't know what else. They said a bunch of other things too. Yeah, they came out there. They also, folks, and this is just a 1-minute clip, they also was amplifying Micah's voice at the church. They were amplifying her.
Circumstances would change. I pray that the fear inside would flee.
Keep freezing. But that is interesting itself. Playing Micah's voice at the church too, so everyone in the church could hear Micah's voice. And we know with the congregation, folks, that that congregation has took a nosedive in memberships. Who would want to go to that church with that going on, where people are outraged and people are flocking away from the church? I'm not necessarily sure we should even call it a church. Should we? Some people, I see a lot of people in the chat saying, cult. Justice for Micah for sure. So I heard the same stuff that you just saw here is going to happen again next weekend. I'm going to be there next weekend. So if there is a protest next weekend out in front of that church, I should be outside covering it on JLR Investigate. So stay tuned for that. You know we do our live streams. They also gave me a shirt when I was there. I got a Justice for Micah shirt. I got a Justice for Micah shirt. Very grateful for this gift. Supports Justice for Micah. It's it's called Ward Wolfpack. Supports Justice for Micah. I love it. Love it. Now, I don't believe J.P. Miller was there at the church today. Remember, he's taking his leave of absence. But a lot of people under that church is under FBI investigation. That's why you heard you can't hide from the FBI. And I'm sure some of those protesters there know things too, because they're local and they've heard, and probably friends of, I don't know who attended there as far as the protesters, but I'm sure some of them knew Micah personally and maybe even got visits themselves. So maybe that's what inspired him. Remember I reported less than a week ago, FBI was knocking on people's doors, questioning people about JP. Okay, so I just got told by Magnolia that John Paul is there. He ran in the back door. So very interesting. John Paul Miller is there. The News put out an article about the protest today. I just want to share that real quick. Dozens attend, so we know dozens. The media is saying dozens of attended today. Dozens attend Justice for Micah rally in front of Solid Rock Church. Dozens of protesters on Sunday stood in front of Solid Rock Church in Market Common, hoping to bring awareness about domestic violence and the abuse in the wake of Micah Miller's death, holding up signs that read, Justice for Michael. The group has been rallying outside the church since the 30-year-old estranged wife of Solid Rock's pastor, John Paul, died on April 27th. Micah's body was found in the Lumber River State Park. So, yeah, they were out there. They were out there. And you heard about the honks. Supporters said they ain't going away. Like I said, they're going to be there next weekend. And the weekend beyond that. And the weekend beyond that. It looks like they're going to be there until somebody gets arrested. Or maybe even if maybe their goal is to shut the church down or discourage people from attending the church or bring an awareness. Remember, the church is in a residential neighborhood, so all the neighbors and everybody hearing this too. This church was built in a unique situation, as some of you or might not know. That area used to be a military base, and that church, Solid Rock, used to be the chapel for the military base. And then they got rid of the military base, and somehow they got a hold of that church at a reduced rate. And then the neighborhood was built around that church. So Solid Rock is in the neighborhood. There's a lot of like townhomes, a lot of homes that are connected. Very nice homes around the area. You know, it's less than a mile from the beach. Just to let the church know that we are not going anywhere. We're going to be here every Sunday. Even if it's not a huge group, there's always going to be people here every Sunday until we find justice for Micah. Organizer Andrea Cuozzo said, with chants of your silence is permission and some wearing purple and white Justice for Micah t-shirts, Cuozzo said she was deeply affected by her death. I've actually learned a lot about spiritual abuse, and I didn't really know what that was, the kind of abuse. And when I started learning about it, the control and the manipulation, it just kind of hit me hard. And it's here in our backyard. So they're locals. News 13 has reached out to John Paul Miller's attorneys multiple times and yet to hear from them. I don't think anyone has heard from John Paul Miller's people besides that one statement that came out and said they will go after people legally that defame them. But at this point, they have zero case. They have zero case about anyone. This has hit the fan. There's nothing John Paul Miller or his attorneys can do at this point to seek any remedy civilly against anyone, because he's in the spotlight. There has been thousands and thousands of articles already written about him. It's already hit the fan. His public records and court records and his behaviors have been put out in the light. He has zero chance of winning any defamation suit. Zero chance. That should be the first, last thing on his mind. His lawyers should be worrying about defending him from a wrongful death suit. He shouldn't be worried about defamation and what other people think, but he should be worried about being sued, a wrongful death suit. But the question is, if he gets sued for a wrongful death suit, will the church people, the remaining church people there at Solid Rock, will they back him? Because he's going to need money. He's going to need money to defend himself. And then if he's under criminal investigation and he gets that grand jury subpoena or that target letter, he could get the target letter if there's a grand jury that convenes about Solid Rock's behavior. He might not. They might not even. Sometimes they don't let the target know and they just arrest him. But if he gets criminally charged or he gets that target letter, he's going to have to get a lawyer. And any lawyer that takes a federal case, and his case would be something in the lines, like we said, RICO, wire fraud, mail fraud, conspiracy, money laundering, and maybe federal cyberbullying laws, maybe tax invasion, all that stuff. A lawyer is not going to take his case, considering the circumstances here, any less than 50 grand to just get the retainer. So he's going to have to drop a lot of money or mortgage his house or allocate or shift around his assets, because he's going to probably have to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars just to defend himself. And even if he gets indicted by the FBI, it's wasteful money anyway, because his lawyer is not going to beat the case. The federal government has a 97-something% conviction rate. He'd be just handing money over to his lawyer to get him either to plead guilty in a plea deal, because he's definitely not going to win a trial. And if he goes to trial, the lawyer isn't even going to charge even double or triple. So, I mean, it's a waste of money. So if you're a church member and you feel like giving money to John Paul Miller to defend his behaviors, you're just wasting your money. You're literally wasting your money, because it's going to go to no use at all. No use at all. Let's talk about the second thing that we wanted to talk about, the lithium. Right? Magnolia, a nurse reached out to Magnolia, and Magnolia Investigates and tweeted this out. And if you haven't subscribed to Magnolia, please do. She's the better half of JLR Investigates. She's the brains, look at this, producer for JLR Investigates. Also, folks, Magnolia comes from Project Veritas. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but she's been with Project Veritas for a long, long time. And she tweeted out, pretty big side note in the Micah Miller case. A nurse reached out today and informed us that you could get lithium over the counter or even on Amazon. I had no idea. Too high of a dosage can cause speech impediment and confusion or worse. Lithium is $12 on Amazon. JP didn't need a doctor or a diagnosis or a prescription to get it and give it to Micah. Now, that's interesting. Now, JP could have went and got a prescription or got a doctor to diagnose her, but he didn't need to. And I'm thinking he probably didn't. He just bought it on Amazon or just bought it. First, and possibly most importantly, lithium is available over the counter. Google it. Check Amazon. Many people self-diagnose themselves with bipolar tendencies and take it routinely as a daily supplement to level out their moods between days of feeling depressed, down, and days of inordinate amounts of energy that they believe might make them manic, impulsive, and disruptive. Lithium toxic to humans. Large doses of lithium are given to patients with bipolar disorder. At 10 mgl of blood, a person is mildly lithium poisoned. So, I can say, based off what we heard from Micah Miller's own family, before she got with JP, before she married JP in 2017, she had 0 signs of anything wrong with her. And we heard from Micah Miller's ex-father-in-law, who is related to Jeremy Deese, her ex-husband. And he also said prior to marrying JP and getting with JP in 2017, he saw no signs of mental illness or anything with Micah. Seems like once Micah got under his wrath, then it got out of control. And it seems like he caused it. I think he did cause it. But I can't say that as a statement of fact. But he knows by making her get a breast augmentation and her having a nervous or a medical reaction to it, him getting her on lithium, and then he weaponizing every situation. So sad. This is why people are out there protesting, folks. This is why people want justice for Micah. Because of everything what we've said and heard. You're hearing story after story. These are the testimonies of people that knew these two individuals. Have we heard anyone actually come out and state on the record that this guy is a good guy and it's all Micah's fault? No, we haven't. Why? Because no one will back him publicly. They might talk a little bit behind the computer, but nobody's going to go on the record. Nobody's going to go on the record to go to bat for this guy, considering that in less than 6 months, now he could, less than 6 months, he's probably going to be in cuffs. Now, the grand jury might convene. Remember, folks, federal grand juries also, they have up to 18 months to indict. But usually when something hits the grand jury, it's voting for a true bill indictment. And if something does hit the grand jury, you have literally 100% chance of getting indicted. 100% chance of getting indicted. Neighbor just told me JP has a DeLorean that he hides in his garage. He has a DeLorean? Does he have a DeLorean? I was just told he has a DeLorean. Remember, he had a Dukes of Hazzard car, too. The General Lee, remember where he was sarcastically saying he likes to run over women with it, or he wish he could have, when he actually ran over a woman? Solid Rock puts out that they have church service Sundays at 10 a.m. They put this out a couple days ago. The Solid Rock Market Common Church website has said service on Sundays is 10 a.m. Look at the emojis. Mads, laughings. They don't even let you comment. Solid Rock at Market Common limit who can comment on this post. What kind of church now won't even let you comment on their Facebook page? I mean, what are they thinking? What's their strategy here? What's the church? Remember, folks, this is his bread and butter. This is his cult. This is his livelihood, the Solid Rock Church. This is where all the money, the majority of the money goes to. Who knows? Maybe Crocodile Rocks might tell him to kick rocks too, because he's like a part owner, but there's a, other ownership of Crocodile Rights. The piano bar, a pastor owning a part owner of a bar. Imagine that. But if that Solid Rock Church falters and goes and crumbles, what does he have left? So he's hanging on, and I was just told he was there today. He's hanging on to his last livelihood. Does he expect? Now, I'm also told, at the time that the stuff happened with the first divorce, his membership also went back down. But over the years, he was able to manipulate his way out of that hole. Will he be able to do that again? I think with the internet era now, and I think with this particular case and him being the wrongful death suit that's coming, the court case that's coming on June 5th. Not only that, but there's another court case he has now with his ex-wife about she filing an emergency petition to get custody of their children. So we got at least 2 civil cases coming up. He's under criminal investigation. That's 3. And he's probably going to get a wrongful death suit. That's 4. And who else knows? Because there could be other... Here's another thing that we haven't even talked about. There could be some members of the church or people that donated lots of money that say, I want my money back. Or might sue him under fraud. There could be members, and that was some, talk too, that people are saying behind the scenes, that some members are outraged that they've been bamboozled and misled by this guy. And they very well might already have been to him and said, hey, JP, remember when I donated you $10,000 under tithing? Well, I want that money back. Well, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. Well, I want the money back. And maybe if he doesn't give the money back, they might sue him. So he could face a bunch of lawsuits too from a bunch of people. Who would want to even be involved with that at this point? Unclear. There was a few dozen of protesters outside the church today. Unclear. There probably was more protesters outside the church than there was people inside the church, because it has dwindled down to less than 50. Parking lots not full. I mean, who wants to be seen there? Who wants to be seen running around? We got another message. Oh, we got somebody in the chat claiming to be John Paul Miller. I will talk to you and Justin. So is that really you, JP Miller, in the chat? Could be a troll. Could be a troll. But JP Miller's supposed to be at church right now, so I don't know if he's really him. But like I said, JP Miller, you're going to see me regardless on the 5th at the public courthouse. You're going to see me at the courthouse. Church is over. The whole church is over. So, could be JP. Could be. John Paul Miller. Is that you? I don't see a hyphenate. I don't see a hyphen. What do you guys think? You think that was a troll? You think that was really JP? JP, if that was really you, you can reach out to me. tips@JLR Investigates. Of course, I'll be able to validate it at that point, whether it's you or not. You said you want to talk to me and Justin. Justin's a good guy. I like Justin. I'm going to get Justin on JLR Investigates so we can touch base on this case. Me, Justin, and Magnolia are going to have a conversation. We're working that out now. Maybe tonight. Maybe we get Justin on tonight. But JP, if you do want to talk, you know, well, I might ask you those tough questions, JP. And I'm not necessarily nice like Justin. But we want to hear your side of the story, JP. We really want to hear your side of the story. So I'll keep you informed on that. Maybe JP talks if that was JP. And I'll keep you updated on anything else that develops in this case. It's Sunday. It's still rocking and rolling. It's rocking and rolling outside Solid Rock. We are Justice for Micah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Share this video out. And if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button, like, notification button, and I will be in Myrtle Beach in the next few days. So I'll be live streaming, and we got some people we're interviewing and talking to, and we're trying to get some more information about this case. So stay tuned for that. You guys have a good day. Justice for Micah. Happy Sunday, everyone. Stay blessed. JLR investigates.